Hello. So, I can guarantee that when you clicked onto this video, you weren't expecting to see me sat in a chair with a non-alcoholic gin and tonic. Recording a video about journaling. But journaling is a human thing that we fit into our lives, and this is what life looks like for me at the current time that I am recording this video. I've been doing a lot of processing. Not much on the page actually, so I'm going to use this video as an accountability partner to bring myself back to the page, because I feel like I'm ready to now. I don't have many rules in journaling, but one of my rules is when I don't want to journal, I don't. I don't think about it in terms of consistency of streaks, because I know that it's a bigger body of work. So the consistency of journaling every day for 100 days versus having journaled for 20 something years, I'm consistent. I don't need to worry about that. And also, as Anais Nin famously said, we write to taste life twice, once in the moment and once in retrospect, or something like that. So yeah, I've been processing through living life, living through things, living through my decisions. I've been processing through movement, through walking and being on my yoga mat. I don't always process life on a page consecutively, and actually I noticed a bit of a pattern about myself, which is that when things are happening in my life or when something happens, I tend to need about 48 hours to process it in my brain and in my body before I can then write about it. And so it's been about a week since I journaled. And thinking about decision making in this series that I've created, there's been a video that I wanted to make and some thoughts I wanted to share and some space that I wanted to invite you to. And I think the reason that decision making feels big for me is because I turned 38 this year and 40 is on the horizon. And even though like milestone ages, I mean every year is a milestone, right? But like even though milestone ages are quite nonsense, I can't deny the conditioning that I have, and approaching a year with a 0 on the end has got me thinking. So yeah, I just like the idea of these being cozy invitations to you to listen to some thoughts, listen to a bit of chat, and then have a space for reflection, and off you go into your day. I firmly believe that aesthetics are going to kill us, or at least our concern with aesthetics is going to stop us doing the things that we want to do. So that's why today I was like, I don't particularly want to be all dolled up. It's probably why I like writing as a medium, because I can be in all states of disarray and let whatever needs to flow out flow, and it still sounds great. Video brings a different element to that, but I was like, listen, my desire to share and kind of keep promises to myself about the expression of this thing that is really important to me, it usurps putting on makeup and doing all the things. There are many other places on the internet where you can go and roam and rest if you would prefer for something to be presented in a particular way. My name's Sasha. I'm a fallible human. You will not get that here. Okay. So the thing that I want to talk about today is rooted in decision making, and it's actually looking at some questions to do with our no. I believe that what you know is as important as what you know, what you say no to, what you don't want. And sometimes it's hard for us to know what we want. KNOW. And you can feel a bit rudderless and like you don't know where you're going or what you're aiming for if you don't know what you want. But I believe that our no can be a filter in exactly the same way that our yes can. So the question that sits with me 2 years and change out from being 40 is, what don't I want by the time I get there? I actually wrote something on Substack, a piece called The Knowing, The Knowing and The Knowing, and I'm going to read a little bit of it to you. I've had to come forward because I'm an almost 40-year-old who wears glasses. I can't sit back there and read the thing. So sometimes you don't know. Not enough time has passed for what's true for you to come into view. Sometimes you don't know, or you won't know until you do the thing or choose the thing, unable to theorize or hypothesize your way into being able to see what's on the other side of making a decision. During those times, I don't ask myself what I know, but what I know. I may not know what I want, but I can often easily identify what I don't want, how I definitely don't want to feel, how I don't want to spend my time. I believe that you can garner just as much information and guidance on where you want to be from knowing where you definitely don't. And that's where this set of prompts that I'm going to put up come from. And it might be that you have a milestone birthday or a milestone moment or just a period of time. At recording this, we are in the middle of June 2023. And maybe you're like, I don't want to get to the end of the year and be in this place. So I guess one for me is, by the time I'm 40, it would be really great to be out of all credit card debt. And so that is the what. And then from there, I can get to the how. I find sticking with the what and the how really useful. What, then how. What, then how. Because I'm identifying the thing and then I can pair some actions with it. Whereas if I start involving, why can't I just do this? Why haven't I? It just serves as a way to criticize and point and judge and blame myself for being me and not doing certain things. And that's not very fruitful. And if I barely have enough time to get to the things that I do want, I certainly don't have time to take portions of that time to just sit blaming myself for things. Okay, we are where we are, now what? And I guess you could say, isn't this just fear mongering? By saying the things I don't want, I'm running away, or I'm being motivated by fear. And there's an element of that, yes. Fear won't keep us running, but sometimes it can be a useful motivator to get us going. That's what I've found, at least. But it can be useful to utilize the things that we know that we don't want for ourselves, to reverse engineer those into an action plan to lead us away from the life where we don't want to be. Because even if you say, but I don't know what I want, well, at least you're not going towards the place where you don't want. This is decision making, or at least refining down and filtering down based on your no. And again, we're going to focus on the what and the how, so that we are immediately moving in action rather than stuck in kind of rumination and blame. If you are staying for the prompts, grab your journal and pen. If not, I hope you've enjoyed just sitting with me in my cozy little corner of the internet and my little thought prompts. If you like what you've heard and you like the idea of very human, accessible ways that I invite and create spaces for journaling and for you to hear what you have to say, please do hit the subscribe button. I will see you all soon.